talking to like community members in regards to FPS and online gaming, a lot of the main questions, like I said, there is a lot of skepticism in the space. So I think one of the main ones that stood out to me is people kept talking about false banning. Now, I've never fell victim to it to myself. I know it does happen through, some games might detect, say, third-party softwares like NVIDIA Color. That could flag something. What steps do you take to ensure that, say, for example, a game developer who's partnered with yourselves bans an account and they are holding their hands up going, no, we definitely didn't cheat. Please look into this. How would that really affect them across all the other partner games that you may have in the future? Because, you can imagine if you're banned on one game and it's another PlaySafe ID game that runs the system, they can't go on and game that and they feel hard done by. What would your approach be to something like that?
100%. So it's actually a really good question, right? There's a couple of parts to it. First of all, I've never been false positived. You haven't. None of my friends or anyone I believe that I know has ever had a false positive ban. So I think that there are false positives that happen. I'm not going to detract from that. They absolutely do happen. I think the volume of people who are legitimately cheating and who are caught say that it was false. So I think there's less false positives than it might, than the audio, the conversation, the narrative about it might actually be. However, with that said, so first of all, we're not looking to replace all matchmaking in all games. We just want to be able to have this one environment in each game that you're legit, you're accountable, and everybody else is playing by the same set of rules. So if they are caught cheating, they face that meaningful penalty. That said, there's nothing preventing people playing normally, right? There's nothing preventing someone from just playing exactly as the matchmaking is today and having exactly the same experience as they are today. So that's the first thing. The second big thing is we actually don't have to make a penalty to the PlaySafe ID if the game developer's making a penalty to the game account. So you might get your game account banned, but that doesn't mean that we have to enact something. So the way that it actually works, right, is the developer catches something. It could be logic-based detection, so memory's been altered in a computer, or they're actually detecting process happening. Or it could be a heuristic detection, which is pattern detection, right? So they might see you've got 99% headshot accuracy over 1 million bullets. They haven't caught you cheating, but they've caught that you're cheating. Whatever it is that they catch, they pass that through one of our endpoints and we ingest that information. And we then do some cool things with it. So we look at a trust score that we have on the user. How long have you had a PlaySafe ID? How many games have you got connected? Roughly how many sessions have you played? Oh, you've used us for years. You connected to 50 games. You play every single night and you've never been caught cheating. That goes towards your favor. The second thing is we actually have a trust score for the developer as well. So for example, one developer might be really, really shit hot. They might be really, really good. They might be bang on the money every single time that they catch a cheater. And then we would trust future detections that they send to us more. However, if someone's a bit iffy or a bit hit and miss or whatever, then we would trust them less. And that weighs into account. The third thing is we actually unpack the context, right? So we look at the payload of information, we look at the context of the game, we look at the context of the cheat that was used. Does all of that make sense? I'm not saying that speed hacking in Call of Duty doesn't happen, but it's a less common, more obscure cheat. If it was detected through pattern detection and it was a one-off detection that someone went a little bit faster than they should have for a brief period of time, that might have been flagged by Activision systems, but it might be a case that okay, maybe it's just a bug and they landed on a rock funny and they went just a little bit too fast. So we're able to look at the context of what was caught, the trust score for the player, the trust score for the developer. Also, we see you over a much longer period of time in many more games, which helps us. Oh, you don't cheat in any games, and we trust you, but you've got this weird detection in this weird game. So we might flag an account, we might put, we might give it a penalty, but it might be a really short penalty, just like a couple of days. It's almost like a slap on the wrist. This isn't, you get caught doing anything, you're straight permaban. This is very much, there is proportionate penalties based on all of these vectors and all of this information that we have. And in the case, because I'm absolutely sure that there will be one false positive on our system at one point or another, I'm not going to lie to people and say it will be absolutely perfect. But because of this proportionate level of penalty, it's likely that your PlaySafe ID will only be suspended for a couple of days, maybe a week. And then you'll be able to come back in and play. So that's kind of like the sum total system, all of the vectors that we look at and how we do this decision making process.
I mean, it's good that there's assurities there, even for the very small amount of true false positives. Like you say, I think there is a bit of a curtain and a facade that cheaters will hide behind, say, "Oh no, I've been falsely banned," and shocked Pikachu face. But no, it's good that there is those contingencies in place to ensure that, you know, on the odd occasion
100%.
it happens, it can be taken care of.